Anyways, we are going to be starting up here semi-finals Beyond Gaming Qualifier Cup number 2, guys. Big thanks out there to the admin team as they're working tirelessly behind the scenes, forcing the players to report matches so we can move forward. But we are here, Justin TV. We are also up here with QPad and Thermotake, so good prizes on the line. And right now, Team Dignitas going on up against in7 esports. So 2 of the top tier teams right now, semi-finals, not even finals. And at the same time, we're going to have SK going up against Fast Moving Men. Winner of that's going to face the winner of this. We're going to have it all here live for you guys. FourCourtJester and Cast with a K. Is it Cast with a K or is it the one Cast? What do you prefer to go by these days?
Well, I just go by Cast.
Okay.
You know, Cast with a K. It's just anything, the one Cast. You call me whatever, and I'll be here to commentate some BLC. That's all I know.
Just don't call me Shirley. Yep.
Don't call me Shirley. That's right. All right, FourCourt. Take this one away here. Some more action.
All right, Appa's going to be pretty offensive. Go right here into Wisteria. Leadface does get taunted, though, right into Scrift's axe, and he's going to go jump right over here to return. Clarity Potion, not going to be the best off in that corner, but it does look like he reflected his sleep into himself. What else is going on with Malachor and Wisteria? Malachor does have that lockdown ready to go. Scrift is going to be charging up. We do like to see this combo come out. Leadface does have it with the Cyclonic, double Cyclonic going down. Return doing some amazing long distance heals right now, and Appa is not looking in the best of shape. We do have Leadface who misses that X strike. Unfortunate. We do have the big ultimates. Everybody has their ultimates right now. The goo going down. Script going to jump out of that. The Boomerang Fury not really hitting too many people. Leadface right there, and we did see the lockdown go down. I don't think I saw it actually hit anyone as Appa drops there to Script and his big giant shield. He is a deadly character right there. The EX coming up from Leadface, not going to be taken down with Wisteria. Malachor, too good with that heal, and we should see a heroic strike. Going to be trying to finish off here with return. Bam! Oh! Did he actually hit that, or did he script it?
I believe
he hit it.
He
hit it.
Just, yeah, the AoE just barely touched him. Just barely touched him. Although, when it counts, he hits it. But other than that, the reason we term it a script is because he just likes to take out the stairs or the little bonfire at the bottom of the map. You know, just whatever. He doesn't like walls. He's more of one of those kind of, new age fashion kind of guys. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to get back to BLC because that's what I do know. And here we go. Wisteria, Deadly Injection. Barrier is going to go down before that, and that's going to do a full 24 damage. Leadface just throwing tons of boomerangs out. Wisteria eating so much damage. As Appa here is going to try and get onto Malachor. Not going to give him a chance to use the Temporal Lockdown freely, as we are going to have a double Cyclonic Strike. Malachor could bleed out. He's just going to jump away from that X-Strike, and he is in a lot of trouble. He needs some help at this point. But you know what? Return says, son. I'm just going to throw a goo on you. Leadface going to take out Wisteria right there with his ultimate. So just ultimates abound all over the place. And nothing going right for Team Dignitas right there. Just could not get that Temporal Lockdown out, which would have enabled Script to get that heroic charge. Huge damage onto Return, who doesn't have high mobility as an Alchemist. We'll have to just see the kind of we need better positioning from Dignitas if they're going to try and pull that combo off, as Malachor was in onto the fight, maybe a little bit too deep, in my opinion, FourCourt.
Yep, so that's going to be 1-1 right now. Again, Appa going very offensive right off the bat here onto Wisteria. Going to be forcing some heals, but low. Malachor up in the air, and they're just going to have Wisteria forced to use his runic barrier on himself. Script is going to grab that rune. He's going to be gearing himself up for a charge in fairly short order. He's going to be trying to keep Return off to the face, but Leadface not going to be lending that boomerang, but we did have a taunt go down. We do have the full energy ready to go. Appa is actually a little bit too far from Return for comfort, and Leadface also taking some big damage right now, but Tornado, Script up in the air. Malachor is spacing out, trying to get away from Appa. We do have the Runic Infusion going down there from Wisteria, but Return, 62 damage, cross-court shot right there. Not going to be leaving him alone, but there goes the defensive goo, catching both Script and Wisteria, and Malacor's up in the air, but nobody's down yet. The health point pools are going down. Just this corridor is the corridor of death. Wisteria not looking so great. Leadface trying to keep him off, but the Tornado instead going to be going down. I do not see returns. It does look like he is out of the picture. The Cyclonic Strike with Malachor not going to be enough, but I guess the overlays are a little bug because I didn't see Malachor die.
You didn't see Malachor die?
Well, I saw him physically die, but I went to check. It's like, oh, he's still alive. Wait, no, he's not.
He is still just barely alive. He just barely survived.
Sorry,
and the thing is like, You know, Appa and Leadface could have had that. That Chrono Flux that came up from Malachor saved him because it reflected the X-Strike. Scriff jumped on in and got that one hit, but they used both ultimates. Malachor was just one hair away from death. And that could have been huge, but it was for naught, and we're going to see Scriff try and block out return over here, making sure that Appa can't get any heals, as we do have a deadly injection go out. Now we got a Cyclonic Strike from Appa. Malachor is feeling a lot of pain, down to about 50% HP, as it looks like the Cold Team now going to be stuck in some chains, you know, followed up by his sleep. And here we go. Malachor in a nice safe spot. Scriff going to jump on into return, knock him out. Good 50% damage reduction debuff. And Scriff now going to be eating a whole lot of damage. Now that his Reflect is down, Leadface did use his Boomerang Fury. And this is the opportunity that the Worm team really did want. Scriff trying to jump in, trying to get too much on return. But return was so far in the backfield that it was a major overextension. Leadface capitalized on it. Appa was, in the meantime, making sure Malachor couldn't heal Scriff. Right? That's huge. You got to make sure that the healer is occupied, and then you can punish somebody for overextending. So nice execution, nice bait out there from in7 esports on the Worm side.
And while all that was going on, Appa was able to solo down Wisteria, and that's how we had 3 deaths right there. But 2-2 here in the first map of the semifinals between in7 esports and Dignitas. Look at Scriff sticking to return like glue, a little bit of an EX space right there as he did get that going, and a taunt onto Leadface. He could be forced to use that haste, jumping again right onto return, keeping return really far away from Appa, but Appa doesn't look like he's that hurt right now. The lockdown going down does not look like we were going to wait for Scriff. Does get the kill onto return. You saw him gear up there. The defensive goo, not the best placement at all. Now Appa and Leadface have to try to go 3 versus 2 here, and just does not look like it's going to work. Scriff and Malachor just too healthy, and Wisteria barely touched this matchup, and that's going to be a big win here for Dignitas as they take the first map here of the semifinals.
Yep, 3-2. You know, Dignitas doing a nice job with that right there. I would like return instead of the goos. I would like to see him maybe use EX Clarity a little bit, because when Scriff gets that taunt, it can knock him back, and it can force him to waste his rage stacks or to use defensive abilities that he doesn't want to, like a Reflect. Because if you can't see what's going on, you're more likely to just do something defensive because you're afraid that you'll get comboed on. Maybe, you know, he's thinking Leadface will set up for an X-Strike at that point. You never know. So he's going to blow some of his defensive abilities. Instant injection as well when Scriff is on you, or to stop Malachor's heals, you know, or reduce him by 50%, I should say. Instant injection. Excellent, excellent ability. I like to see him use his EXs a little bit more, because that goo, as effective as it is sometimes, it is just not by all means available. Well, I mean, it can be available, but it's just not optimal to use it all the time. So that's why there are EXs in there in case you get in a tight pinch, as I should say.
Yeah, you don't want
and hopefully he will pick up on that next round. Yeah, you don't want to script it. That is true. And we're going to get this one underway. So it is 1-0, as the overlay says on the Beyond Gaming site, the stream. 1-0 in favor of Team Dignitas there on the Cold Team, formerly known as Donors by Heart. And we're going to get some action going on right now. Good reflex by Scriff, going to reflect that axe. And everybody's going on to Wisteria at this point. Oh, Cyclonic Strike, but Malachor spaces on through it. Nice fear at that point, making sure Appa's out of the fight. Chrono Flux, making sure Leadface can't throw boomerangs all over. And we're going to have Malachor. He has his ultimate. Scriff now going to have his. Will the combo come out pretty soon? They are going to go into the corner. Lockdown comes out after the heroic charge, but they're still going to get a bunch of damage off. And Leadface at this point can use his ultimate. Scriff's Reflect is down, and I think Malachor is just a little bit too preoccupied with himself. Appa has his, you know, now Leadface going to go onto Wisteria. Nice Cyclonic Strike. Goo comes out onto Scriff, and wow, triple ults from the Worm team. Is it going to be enough, though? And yes, that Wind Strike going to be taking out Wisteria. Not going to give him any time to Wuju. And if he did, it would have killed him anyways. But look at that counter kill from Scriff. Malachor spacing on through as well. Good use of his abilities, 10 damage, as well as a nice slow when you space on through. Healed Scriff at the same time. Scriff with those rage stacks being so manly and so nasty at this point. It's going to make it into a 2-2 situation. Deadly injection after that X-Strike. Nice job right there. Cold Team's backing up. They have their ultimates. They're ready to combo. Malachor stuck in the goo a little bit. He's going to be knocked back in, and I think he could be going down pretty soon. They're going to leave Scriff all by himself. Nice job. Return playing very patiently and waiting until Malachor spaced to use that goo. And what's up, buddy? What's up, FourCourt?
No, that chrono at the end.
Oh yeah, returning all of that damage. So Hide in the emo bubble. Hide in the emo bubble. Boomerangs can't get me here.
Yeah, that goo at the end though. The first one, not really that super effective. Yeah, we were able to clarity Scriff into it, but that last one, yeah, taking out both Malachor and Scriff. Good stuff out of them. Oh, and in7 esports, so they're jumping in right here, 1-0, kind of like last time. And it does look like Wisteria is going to be a little bit on the defensive as Alpa has to run right back here to return. Scriff being a very big target and a very hurtful one at the same time. But sure, he's going to take a break there. Up in the air, the X-Strike going out onto Malachor. Good boomerangs from Leadface, almost hitting about 100% of them right there onto Malachor. We do have the ultimate ready to go for both Alpa and him, and the triple, or not quite the triple, Leadface, there we go, throwing out his, but the goo, good placement there as well. Good, so Cyclonic Boomerang Fury and the goo really dropping down the health point pool here of Team Dignitas. Look at that, this changes that going out. Wisteria could be in trouble. Alpa is going to get that with a big roll around to the head with that axe, so you know, get that Sport Judgment going. It's good stuff. Malachor has to find off both Leadface and Alpa, but Return is being hit really hard here at the mercy of Scriff. Might be able to take him right now, but that barrier just does so much damage reduction, and so that is what you get here with an Alchemist, guys. He does not have that space. Instead, it's all going to be that barrier. It is what you pay for, but it does so well when used right. Look at it right there. Scriff can't do anything to him. So Malachor going to get soloed by Alpa, an intercept coming out, and you know, doing a little bit of his own here. The EX as well with Alpa coming out at 2-0 now for in7 esports.
Yep, 2-0. And we need to see Dignitas. They are not pulling it out just like last time. Even Wisteria with 15.4 TPS. Look at the amount of action that these guys are pulling out. Everybody's above 10.0. So they are hitting their abilities. They are using them all the time when they are off of cooldown. And we're just going to see a nice reflect by Scriff right there, stopping Alpa from that cleave. And here we go, just, you know, gonna shield bash him on out. Now switch on to Leadface. He knows that at this point he can get those rage stacks off. And, you know, Wisteria just trying to make sure the in-cap healing potion is spell locked. And Scriff, in the meantime, actually getting quite low. Malachor gonna be punished with that Cyclonic Strike. Scriff gonna have to use the X's, not gonna be able to use that heroic charge anytime soon. But look at this, Leadface throwing out his boomerang bonanza, as I like to call it. Malachor forced to space from that. Nice follow-up by Return, knowing that, hey, once Herald uses his space, that's it. He has no mobility options after that point. Get him in the goo. If he tries to run on out, clarity him back in. So good use of double ultimates and comboing them much tighter this map than they did the previous rounds before. I like to see that because Alpa before would just sort of go and do a Cyclonic Strike. Leadface would just a couple seconds later make 5 or 6. Once some healing has gone out, use his. But now they're using them in conjunction, chaining them together wisely, and that's actually turning things around for him. So it's going to be 1-1 in7 esports versus Team Dignitas here in the Beyond Gaming 3v3 BLC Open Cup. $5,000 tournament prize pool on the line. We've got sponsors like QPad, Thermal Take, Justin TV, and Stunlock Studios going to be bringing the blood coins, some money, some great cooling prizes, mouse pads, mice. You've got all kinds of goodies for this game in this tournament at this point. So excellent, excellent job. Glad these teams are coming out, fight for some of the cash prizes as well as pride in in-game titles.
And that's exactly what we want to see here with these semifinals. You know, good action, huge CPS values, and some great games. It is 1-1, and it is going to be all on the line here, guys. I feel that, you know, that second map really did seem to favor in7 esports quite a bit because they took a 3-0 as opposed to the 3-2 that it, you know, really seemed a little hard to take it in the first. But 1-1 here on the map with the pillars. Gonna see what we can do about them. But Alpa jumping right in there, already has that ultimate. 20 seconds into the match, gets off a nice double out of both Malachor and Wisteria. Look at the health point pools right now. Huge temporary hit points coming up here from Return. The healing on this guy is redonkulous right now. Throwing out that clarity, unfortunately there was nobody there, but we do have the space down on Scriff. He's going to jump right out of that, and you know, a little bit of a scriffing going on. Oh, he's jumping right back over there with his ult. It doesn't really matter at that point, but good damage, good coordination. Let's see, Return doing 49 damage with that crippling goo. Pretty respectable, as most of that was really on top of Scriff, and with Malachor already down, it looks like in7 taking that one too sweet.
Yeah, that one was a little bit too easy for my liking. Malachor got really, really pressured. And Nomad can control a lot of area on this map. It is a little bit smaller, and once they get pushed back into this big area over here, that X-Strike can control so much space. I mean, just look at that. It covers up about, like, you know, a third of the channel right there. We're going to have to see Wisteria use that Woj, try and get Appa a little bit more in cap. Good job not hitting that disperse. Appa now going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get a single Cyclonic Strike off. Taunt missed, but look at this deadly injection. Scriff, is he going to use Heroic Charge? Yes, he is. Boom, on to return. 52 damage. That debuff from the weekend was not there. As soon as he landed, Appa gonna get hit by that Woj, and nice job by Wisteria, just controlling Appa, making sure they didn't hit that disperse and get silenced, and they capitalized on him. Maybe a little bit too much aggressiveness from Appa there as the Guardian against this I was about to say Donors by Heart team. It's Team Dignitas, as they are showing that they are going to be a boss. Shout out in the air, slamming the shield. They are ready to fight, and they're not giving up quite yet. So 1-1 in the rounds, 1-1 in the maps, and whoever gets to 3 first in these rounds will be advancing on to the grand finals of this tournament, if I'm not correct. FourCourtJester.
Yeah, well, finals of the qualifying cup number 2. It's either going to be SK Gaming or Fast Moving Men. They are playing their rounds in concurrency here. We'll get an update from the admins on that soon enough. But yeah, Appa has to, you know, not be a little bit as aggressive as he's being, because he did see the big pressure from return onto Scriff last game, and that really didn't do them any favors. So you can see them right now kind of clumping up a lot more. Appa, he even going to be using that Cyclonic Strike to get back to his team. Return not taking that much pressure, but Scriff is now over there with Wisteria, and look at that, like 90% of his hit points in that one ultimate there with the help of Scriff, and Return is down for the count. Leadface getting reflected into his face, and Appa is still over here trying to dance around the Evo bubble. Another Cyclonic going down. I don't think it even hit anyone right there. He had some spacebar action going on. Leadface and Appa, he's going to be trying to some intercept and chain healing. Goodness, he is going to be able to take down Wisteria, so now it's going to be a 2-on-2. Malachor, Scriff taking on Leadface and Appa. There you go. The friendly intercept right there with the chain heal, keeping them up, and we are going to see what we can do with Scriff. Scriff and Malachor keeping good rune control, and it does look like Scriff going to get the party started, jump right in there, might have been a mistake with Leadface throwing out the ultimate and not capitalizing enough. Scriff dancing around that pillar to great effect, but Malachor goes down, and now Scriff has to go 2 versus 1, and Leadface is looking really strong as he's able to take that round. Intense stuff, man.
Wow. You know, I almost want to say that was a misplay on Wisteria. They have the 3-2 advantage. There was no reason to chase that far, to go around the pillar, to get away from Malachor, especially since Malachor spaced through. You know, it became incorporeal when he used his space, the time shift, when Appa did a Cyclonic Strike. I didn't see why he wanted to try and press the advantage too much, and that overextension did cause them a death and let it 2-2 and let them to the loss. So here we go. Maybe they'll pick up from their mistake. They do have excellent gameplay mechanics right here in the middle of the match, as we are going to be seeing Scriff get, triple Cyclonic Strike. That is huge. Malachor's going to have to space away. EX Fear onto return. Now they're going to combo onto him. Nice chains of Zac. Scriff not going to get caught into it, but Malachor just going to hide behind his bubble, you know, sort of mitigating all that damage from Leadface's ultimate. Now Return is going to be pressured yet again. Deadly Injection, X-Strike, Intercept going out. Weaken onto 2 targets. Chain Heal, Goo comes out. Everything is going bonkers all over here. Wisteria cannot see, cannot do anything, and he just completely missed all of his ultimate. That could be the worst thing that could happen for this cold team at this point, as we do not have a temporal lockdown going out. Battle Shout happens, but it is not enough healing. It did not heal in time. And Scriff saying, WTF, mates, I saw the animation. It should have healed me. Oh, man. Unfortunate. And right there, you know, Leadface's ultimate got mitigated. Appa had a great Cyclonic Strike. Return was almost down, but good support with those chains of Zacs. Leadface comboing with Return at that point when Scriff was trying to push the advantage. Deadly Injection, and you had an X-Strike. Excellent, excellent play. Good turning around, good supporting teammates, switching targets, throwing CC in the right place, baiting around the corner, using pillars for positioning. And this is what high-level play is, ladies and gentlemen. You know, high-level play is using your EXs, knowing the positioning, forcing your opponents to do things that they don't want. And so GGs do come out. in7 esports going to be advancing onto the grand finals, and I'm sort of excited to see what is going to go on here